Hello, welcome to the Glesga Da Podcast. It's me, Glesga Da, and I'm here with my boy. And this week we are talking about motivational speakers. You see, because my boy, I've always been his life coach. You know, all the success in his life is pretty much down to me and all his effort. So we're talking about life coaches, or well, as they used to be known, motivational speakers. Are you into motivational speakers?
Yes, I'm into. I like listening to motivational speakers, but I find myself reading everything and listening to everything, but no actually just doing the thing. Does that make sense?
Well, you're talking to me as if I'm a fucking dafty. So you're saying, this is interesting, saying, so I listen to things and I hear things, but I don't get around to doing them. Does that make sense? Well, what is there to make sense of? You're listening to things, and you're hearing things, and you're reading things, and you don't do nothing about it. What else is there to understand?
But what I mean is, like, no, motivational speakers, you can listen to motivational speakers all you like and read all the self-help books you like.
Right.
But if you don't put it into practice...
If you don't act...
just do it.
Aye, you've got to do it.
Aye.
Like the Nike sign, the greatest fucking advertising campaign in the history of the world. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Fucking do it. I can't do it. My dad called me boyhead till I was 30. I've not got the right shoes. I've not got a fucking stand for my telly. I'm not ready. Just fucking do it. That's the problem. I see these motivational speakers say, you've got to be motivated. You've got to be motivated. I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing it. What's the point of sitting there going, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then you don't just fucking do it. That's the difference. The difference between your dreams and reality is what? What is it?
Doing it.
Action. Fucking action. There's what I want to do. There's what I want to do. I want to climb that mountain. There's that mountain. I'm going to climb that mountain. Well, get off your ass, you fat bastard, and climb it. Fucking climb the mountain, you fat, lazy, useless bastard. Right. I'm going to do it. Tell it to Reader's Digest and the Sunday Post, you fucking dick. Get off your ass and fucking climb the mountain, you fucking loser. Do you know why you've got nothing? Because you've sat in your ass talking about it, you fucking idiot.
God, you're giving yourself your own advice. You're preparing for your West Island way.
I know. Just fucking do it, you diddy. So, that's all the advice anybody ever needs.
So, my cousin in America, right?
Your cousin in America?
So I've got a cousin in America who stays there. But when I was over there, they have a lot of business owners there have what's called accountability coaches. Have you heard of these?
Accountability coaches? Aye. I think that used to be called a wife. Oh, you dick. What are you doing with all this money?
Right. But they pay up to $10,000 a month.
For what?
For somebody to hold them accountable for their actions.
Hold them accountable for their actions?
Aye.
So... the idea that I'm going to pay somebody 10 grand a month to tell me I'm an arsehole that's exactly what a wife used to do.
No.
That's what a wife used to do. You are an arsehole. You're an arsehole. Don't talk to people like that. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't slap the wains. Don't burn the house down. Don't drive too fast. Don't overtake when it's dangerous. That's an accountability coach is a wife or a partner or some significant other to tell you, hoy, don't be an arsehole. And by the way, that's free of charge until the point where you come to get divorced and it'll cost you a lot more than 10 fucking grand.
So have you heard of it, 10xing?
10x's?
10xing.
10xing.
So these accountability coaches will tell you they can 10x your income. So if you make 100 grand a year,
by $1 million.
By using them, they can allow you to 10x your income. So this is where the accountability coach
and your
comes
cousin
in.
pays a cunt?
No. It was a friend of his that used one of these, but in America.
And did he make £1 million?
I don't think so, no, with the car he was driving.
Well, it's a load of pish then.
No.
It's pish, it's sophistry, it's bullshit.
I think you should be able to be your own life coach.
Aye.
Aye. You shouldn't need to pay somebody.
See, here's the thing that gets me, right? See, if you're sitting in your own pish and your life is shite, right? And you're hanging about with a load of wankers you don't like, right? And you've got no money. Whose fault do you reckon that is?
Not your own.
Fucking bang on. Go to the top of the class. I'm going to 10x your fucking money. Right, that's your fault. See, if you're not happy with your life, that's your fault. Well, what do you do? Fucking change it. Stop hanging about with wankers. Stop sitting in your arse doing nothing. Watching bullshit on the telly. Listening to people who aren't where you would like to be. Some guy phones you up and go like that. Hello, is this Glesga Da? And I go, yes. Hello, Glesga Da. I'd like to 10x your income. You know the first question I'd ask that arsehole? How much did you make last year? See if he can't tell me he made £500,000. How's he going to make me £500,000 if he can't make it for himself? So I gave him the old Glesga Da retort. Fuck off. These people are full of shit. See all these life coaches? You've got Anthony Robbins and Jack Black and all these fucking people. And Stephen R. Covey, is that his name? The 7 Habits of Successful People or some fucking thing. These people are successful talking about success. They have accomplished fuck all. What have they done? They've wrote a book telling you how to be successful in whatever field you're successful in, and they've never done anything other than write a book about how to be successful. And what they are, they're a bit like religious leaders. So if you've not got something to believe in, some people don't believe in God and all that, fine, they bother. But they feel they need something to believe in, so they go to these arseholes. These are the high priests of capitalism and telling you how to be successful. See if you asked Alec Ferguson, who's the greatest football manager the world has ever seen. I think that's, if he's not the greatest, he's one of the greatest. Right. If you ask him, how can I be a successful football manager? I don't even know if he'll be able to tell you. But I've heard him speak and I've read things about how he's went about his business. And what it seems to be for Sir Alex Ferguson is he picks people to play in his teams who take responsibility for themselves. And what it seems to... So can the guy pass a ball to a member of the other team under pressure? And has he got any pace? And is he brave? So you need certain qualities as a football player, as I understand it. The ability to pass a ball under pressure, you need a bit of pace, and you need to be brave. You need to be brave. You're a shite bag, you can't play football. You need to be brave. If your feet are getting whacked in the balls with a ball, then you don't want to play football. So that's what Sir Alex Ferguson looks for. And he looks for a fourth thing. He looks for the will, the willingness. He looks for people who'll take responsibility. And so he'll bring a player into a room and he'll look at a situation on the field and he'll ask a question and he'll say to the player, what happened there? See if the player goes, that wasn't my fault, by the way. My bird wouldn't ride me this week and I lost a lot of money in the bookies and my mother needed something done. Fuck you. He would probably no use that player. But see if the player said, I'm sorry, boss, I made the wrong decision there. I made an arse of that. I should have probably waited off him, hung off and then passed it and then went through him. I'll not make that mistake again. That was my fault. See if the guy takes responsibility. That's the fourth thing Alex Ferguson's looking for. So that's, as far as Alex Ferguson's concerned, as I understand it, what makes a successful football player. So if you were going to manage football players, you would look for the attributes. That's as I understand it. Now that to me is a real world example of how somebody brilliant became brilliant. And he's also very driven and determined to sell. And he's fucking ruthless. Gordon Strachan said when he was at Aberdeen, nobody was ever injured. Well, what he meant was, they were fucking injured, but they never told him they were fucking injured, because if you were injured, you had to go in the North Sea. No, so Sir Alex Ferguson is ruthless, but the people that played for him would run through a wall for him. They said he was horrible in this, and a horrible person, yet they would run through a wall for him. So he must have had something. If you asked Ronnie O'Sullivan, how do you play snooker? He would teach you about the cue action, about being able to hit a ball straight and go right through a ball when you do the shot. And he would say, but you've got to practice. And if you get a wee kernel of talent, you can learn some techniques and then practice and practice and practice. But this isn't what these motivational speakers tell you to do. That's all fucking bullshit. They tell you how they're going to make you successful by sending them 10,000 quid. And then before you know it, they fill your head with a load of shite with no practical examples at all, and you're 10,000 quid poorer.
And it's your fault.
Aye, and that's their get out, because what they say is, well, you're a loser because you didn't follow the programme. Aye, that's the best way. It's like when the Christians say, do you want to get into heaven? I'll show you the way, I am the way, the life and the light. Well, you were a sinner, you never got there. Yeah, sorry. You never followed the plan. You were thinking about sex on Tuesday night or something. I don't fucking know.
Do you think it's important to have goals though in your life? Like,
absolutely, 100%.
Because they say if you don't know where you're going, how can you get there?
Absolutely, there's a lot of truth in that. So, but it has to be, you have to say, what's my goal? I mean, you say to people, I want to be rich. What does that mean? What does that mean? So, for some people, being rich is having £10,000. Right, but that's not going to buy you a house. That's not going to buy you a house and pay your house off. So, what is rich? It's all things to all men. In the words of Han Solo, I can imagine quite a bit. Right? There'll be a reward. She's rich. So, it's all things to all men. Some people say, £1 million rich. £1 million, you'd be pretty rich. If you had £1 million in a bank, that's pretty rich. Right, that's rich. But is it going to last you for 10 years? So if you've got £1 million and you go and buy a Bentley Continental, what do they cost? £500,000? Well, you're not going to be fucking rich very long, because I don't know how much it costs to run a Bentley Continental, how much it costs to insure if I leave outside my house in Baileyton. Right? You know what I mean, with my postcode. Right, insuring that, delivering Chinese meals in it. Right, very good. So it's all things to all men. I know people who make a lot of money and have never got a pot to piss in because they're spending their money on a load of shite. And I know people who actually only earn about 30,000 less, and they always seem to, they're never skint. They always seem to be able to do stuff because they're careful. They don't buy shite. Well, but it's how you live your life. Well,
they say 70% of people that win the lottery go bankrupt within 10 years.
Really?
Aye, in America.
Fuck, that's amazing.
70%.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting about the lottery in America. Right, see in America, see if you win the lottery or you win in Vegas, you've still got to pay tax on that. Aye. So the fucking government wins a fucking lottery every fucking week. Fucking bastards. Right, fucking Uncle Sam, man. Squeezes your nipple till it bleeds. Right. I mean, that's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. At least if you win the lottery or the pools in this country, you get to keep all the wedge, I believe. Although you put the money in the bank, okay, they tax the interest, but fuck, you're loaded anyway. Who gives a shit? Right. But, I mean, so you win £1 million a lot in America, you got to pay, what, 300 grand out away? So straight away, the federal government takes that money. So you've only got 700 grand left. Then you start thinking like a millionaire. What does a house, a decent house now would cost you what? £300,000.
Aye.
Straight away, 300 grand's went to the government, 300 grand went to the house. You've got 400 grand left. Then you've got all your family. Pouncing, fucking share the wealth, pal. So you've got to give everybody an envelope. And then you start living like a millionaire. You'll probably spend 50 grand on a motor. Now you're down to 300 grand. You'd maybe go nice holidays. 50 grand, another 50. I'm telling you, the money goes. That money, I could believe that.
So we're going to take a quick break now, and then we'll be back with everything motivational speakers and life coaching. Welcome back. So now back to everything motivational speakers. It's funny, I was speaking to a very good friend last week who has done very well for themselves, and they said they were amazed the amount of people that has been reaching out to ask for money. And
what, just recently or just generally?
Recently, since they got quite high profile. Been asking for money all the time.
Is that right?
Aye. And they gave one person 25 grand. Nobody will work out who it is so I can share, but they gave 25 grand to somebody, and then this person's went off the radar. And they said they would obviously get it back. And they're no. There's no, he's like, I've actually just decided I'm going to wipe this out.
So somebody asked them for a loan of £25,000 to start a business or something?
No, they were in debt. They were in debt.
And they said they would pay it back?
Mm-hmm. And now they're getting dinged.
That's a disgrace.
But I think that's what happens with a lot of people that come into money, innit? People reaching out or letters all the time. They'll get folk writing letters. They're asking for financial help, and some of it's real, some of it isn't.
I would imagine that's what would happen. But surely you would take care of your family. If you won, if you won the lottery, right, what do you win when you win a lottery? 5 million quid, 10 million quid? I don't know, I don't play the lottery. But 3 million, if you won 3 million quid, you take care of your wains and maybe give a few bob to your brothers and sisters. And you would, that's it. And then you would tan the rest.
I think if you never had money to start with, you would do that. But folk that had money wouldn't do that.
No, that's how folk that's got money have got money. But people that's got money, do they play the lottery? I don't know. Right, but aye, people that's got money. The book, what book is it? Is it The Grapes of Wrath, Steinbeck? Or was it Steinbeck who said this, or was it Woody Guthrie? He wrote a book as well, and he says, if you want help off anybody, don't ask rich people, always ask poor people. They'll help you. And that's the sad fact of life, yeah.
Most rich people I know are the tightest bastards.
Tight as a fucking that's chuff. Tightest bastards you'll ever meet. Rich people.
It's
tight as fuck, man.
It's shocking.
Yeah. People born into money, aye, fuck, you'll get fuck all after them. You won't get the steam after shite. In fact, they'll tax you on it.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think rich people are stingy?
I can't explain it. Right, okay, you know how I kind of feel about this in terms of you'd go to take responsibility for yourself in life, generally. You know how I feel about this? So you've got to fucking pay your way. You've got to get a job. If you've not got any money or your life shite, then you've got to fucking change your life. That's on you. Because what happens is, life's shite. If you blame everybody else for your troubles, then you're not going to change anything. Only you can change your life. So maybe there's a certain aspect to that. I mean, it sounds cold and it sounds dead like 80s conservative or whatever, but it's true. There's a truth to it. You can't really rely on anybody, and don't make fucking crazy mistakes by spending money you've not got in shite you don't need. I mean, that's fucking madness. The vast majority of people in the world, they buy cars that they can't afford, live in houses that they can't afford, and their life is fucking terrible. They've got a shite life. They might have that Instagram life. Oh, look at that lovely car that cost them fucking £400 a month. Your life's terrible because you're up your fucking bollocks in debt and you're stressed out. So that's fucking nuts to me. That's insane to me. right? To live like that's mental. So there's a bit about taking personal responsibility. And so then you would go, if somebody says to you, goes, lend us 25 grand to pay my debts off. And you would go, if you've got it, you would go, well, first of all, who are you? Do I know you? Are you a close family member? Maybe I was probably fucking, where am I getting 25 grand? I'm going to get 25 quid. But I can see the point where you go, no, that's your problem. I'd tell you what I would do. If somebody came to me anyway, if you came to me or anybody said, I've got a problem, I would help you try and solve the problem. But you've got to take responsibility. You've got to face your problems. If you're 25 grand in debt, how did you get that debt? Are you banging hookers, taking cocaine and getting fucking taxis everywhere? Fuck you. Pay your own fucking debts. I've not got the money to go and get mad with it and shag hookers. Well, not a new anyway. But, you know what I mean?
Do you know, it's weird because talking about this is... The other thing that happened to me fairly recently, and it blew my mind for a sort of... in a negative way, is so I was walking up the Royal Mile, right? And I bumped into somebody who I know. And their opening line to me, after no seeing me for maybe 6 months, was they said, "How you doing, Stuart?" And I said, "No, you say, I am fine, how are you?" And he went, "Great. Do you know I've made £500 a day?" And I thought,
really?
I'm not interested. Why would you?
Maybe that's fucking amazing. To make £500.
But you would.
What were they doing? How were they making it?
Just with their job, obviously. But I was like, well, what a
Well,
way
it sounds to me as if they're self-employed or something.
Aye, but
Are they
what a way to
self-employed?
start a conversation. Who cares?
I think that's amazing. Well, you should say well done. Well, it's a bit strange, but we say well done.
How many bobbies?
No,
Aye.
depends how they made it.
How many bobbies
Sure,
did
you
you
must
suck?
be full of jizz. So you would just say, well, it's,
Or folk that tell you how much, so they'll say, like, maybe it doesn't happen so much now, but remember you'd meet somebody and they'd say, "Oh, do you like my jacket? £600. This was..."
oh, I know.
It's like, oh.
I remember seeing a TV show once, and there was this, I think it was kind of like Trisha or fucking Jeremy Kyle or some fucking bollocks. I had one of these fucking terrible shows, which I never watched, but I was watching it, and there was this couple on it, and chavvy as fuck, right? Just a pair of fucking bombs. And the girl was wearing a big long leather jacket, like hair flick out of fucking hello, right? And they started arguing with this other couple, and this fucking stupid bint went, "Don't you talk to me like that. This jacket's worth more than your life." I mean, what a fucking arsehole. I mean, I think we both agree. Anybody who comes across like that, I just go, I give cunts like that a wide berth. But you know, it's, as soon as I say that though, you know I love electric guitars. I've got a wee thing for guitars.
But that's something that gives you sort of
Aye.
pleasure when you're
Yeah.
not strumming something else. But
You know when I'm pulling my pudding with
Aye.
it, it's like guitar pornography. I suppose so. I mean, it's just fucking stuff. It's just stuff. It can all fucking go. And it can all be replaced. It's just fucking stuff. And for some people, it becomes more important than fucking life.
So what
your life.
So what would you say to somebody listening to us or watching us online, right? So they know Glesga Da is coming to an end. They've got their fringe tickets booked to come and
I'm
see
going to
us.
tell you. I'm going to tell you the problem. Here's the problem, because I've spoke to you about this before. I have often in my life asked people, "What would you really like to be?" And by far and away, the most answers I get is, A, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Or the answer, I want to be rich. Well, go and rob a fucking bank then. Right. To be rich is an outcome of something, I presume, unless you get lucky and win the lottery, right? But they say, I want to be rich. Well, how the fuck are you going to get rich? Right? I suppose I'm really lucky, right? Because I always wanted to be an artistic type person. I thought I was going to be a musician, a guitar player. And I was going to play in bands and play in pubs and sing songs and play my guitar. That's what I really wanted to do. And I always wanted to be an actor. I never wanted to kind of be a comedian. I never knew that was possible. So in my day, you became a comedian because you were shite as an actor and shite as a musician. So you thought, if people are going to laugh at me, I might as well make money at it. So that's the truth. I became a comedian because I went along this road and I did that thing I wanted to do. I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to be an actor. And I just done it. And I kept on doing it and I stuck at it. And to me, the secret of success is just sticking at something you really want to do. Because I've heard this and I wonder if it's true, and I suspect it might be, is that some people, they stick at it and stick at it and then they give up just on the point where they're about to make it. I mean, you're the same. You've seen yourself banging your head against a fucking brick wall and keep doing this thing we're doing. And we're doing it the new, and we're not making any money. This is costing us money. Right? But we're lucky we're making a living as stand-ups, which is incredible to me. I never thought that would ever be possible at this level after such a long time. But you know, the world keeps turning and things change. So the advice is simple.
Stick some inspirational strings music under this.
Decide what the fuck it is you want to do. And if you don't know, just do anything. And there's something will present itself. But you've got to move. You've got to act. Action. You've got to do something. Get out your bed. Make your bed. Stop scrolling. Do something. And if you don't know what to do, find somebody. Look at somebody. How did you do that? They'll help you. Unless you're a fucking loony or a pain in the arse. Just say, look, I need something to do in my life. What have you done? How do I do that? Go to uni, go to college, buy a book, fuck knows. Go on the internet, research it, but do something. I've sat with guys, I've known a lot of people, met a lot of people in my life. And all I've heard is stories about, I really wanted to be a photographer. Well, pick up a fucking camera and take fucking pictures, you fucking loser.
I know.
Hey.
Our cameraman's going to be taking notes, to be honest.
And it's not everybody can take a picture. There's some people are amazing at taking pictures. You look at all the old Oscar Mazzaroli pictures for old Glesga, and they're fucking incredible. It's not everybody that can take a picture. I think there's a certain amount of skill that's involved. And some people might look at you and me and go, they arseholes aren't funny. Fine. You know what I mean? Fine, no problem. You know what? We're making a living at it. Aye, but you shouldn't be. Well, we are. So fuck you.
And what annoys, well, it doesn't annoy me, but it frustrates me for the individual is you'll meet people in the arts and they will be sort of downbeat that nothing's going their way, but they never change anything. They don't adjust or diversify, or clearly if it's not working, if you're just going to keep doing it.
You've got to take action. And in our business, see, I was very lucky. I got to become a professional comedian when I was 35. I gave up my job. And I was married with Wayne's at the time and everything. And that was hard. That was fucking scary.
Well, I was terrified.
Yeah, but you're the same, man.
I was terrified to give up my job.
I know, because you're the same. You're married with a house and a Wayne. But you've got to do it. You've just got to do it. You've got to make it happen. And only you can do that. I remember meeting Big Connolly. Billy Connolly came into the stand one night back in 2003 when I just gave up. And I says, I've just gave up my job. And no, he said to me, he says, you'll make it because you've got to make it. And it's the same thing. It's you've got to do it. Now, if you've got genuine friends and you ask them for advice, people will give you advice. See if you say to successful people, how do you do that? And I know you've helped people. You've said to people, this is what I do, this is how you do it. And they've done it. In fact, you've helped me to do certain aspects of what you're doing now. And it's fucking working out great. So don't be afraid to ask for advice.
So on that note, you've just to do it. So if you're sitting wasting time watching this shite, turn it off and just do it. But before you do it, you've got to come and see us at the Edinburgh Fringe. To get more of this advice at glesgada.com or click the social link in any of our bios. We're at the Edinburgh Fringe for the whole month, and then it's a wrap up, it's a wrap for Glesga Da. So keep telling everyone about the podcast until then, and of course the live shows. If you enjoyed this episode, as always, tell your friends, but if you didn't,
fuck off and do something else.